Guys, don't fucking waste a woman's time.
Yeah.
Just because you love her and you don't want anyone else to have her, that's not a good enough excuse. If you love her, you will get the fuck away from her so she can get what she wants. Because we deserve to have our happiness too.
There you go. There you fucking go. Seanydoo. Hello, 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 and welcome to Situaseans podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Williams, aka Seanydoo. You can call me Sean, Shawnee, Seanydoo. Does not matter to me. I'm just glad that you're here. Have a special guest here.
Hello.
The first guest in this new studio setup space.
Ooh, lucky me.
My guest is Xuang Hu. Xuang, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm honored.
Yes, you are a actress, a writer, a producer, a social media influencer, a content creator, viral on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. What other titles do you have?
Oh my God, like cat mom?
Yes, most important title, obviously.
Obviously, I'm that childless cat lady that Donald Trump's dude is so famously referencing all the time.
Exactly.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But we don't even know his name.
Right.
That's how irrelevant he is. What is his name though? I knew it like for 1 week and then I forgot it. It's like that short-term memory.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. It's really nice having you here.
Thank you for making me tea. It's nice to be here. That's what I came for, the tea.
Oh, absolutely. You know, after I was watching, you know, your like one of your films, your amazing film, 5 Blind Dates, now streaming on Amazon Prime.
Stop.
Prime Video, y'all, exclusive. This is a Hollywood actress. By the way, you are my biggest guest that I've had so far.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. This is the first of... I'm not going to be the biggest.
No, you know, and it's all because it's like I've had people from Netflix, Love Is Blind, and everything like that on, but no one to like this size. So I appreciate it. Like little podcasters like myself appreciate it for sure.
Well, I hope you get big one day and you remember me.
Absolutely.
What's it called? Full circle. It'll come full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta support. You know. We gotta support other creators.
Absolutely, that's how it is. Yes, artists support artists.
That's
Yes. Well, you know what, Xuang, she's here to help me unpack everything dating. We're gonna talk about her film that's now streaming on Prime Video, and we're gonna just talk about dating in LA and even dating in like just like how difficult it is in general. Right? It's fucked up.
It's messed up, guys. Don't move to LA. Don't do that to yourself. Why would you move to LA if you want to be in a serious relationship?
Exactly.
Don't do it. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. It is pretty bad.
Damn, I may have to like move. I literally just moved to LA 6 months ago.
Okay, well, why?
Silly me was like, oh, well, I want to pursue the arts and music and acting.
This is the place to pursue it for sure. If you're coming for your career, like this is the place to be. Mm-hmm. But if you're looking to settle down and have a stable relationship, this is not the place to be.
You heard it here first, y'all. You heard it here first.
And you sort of have to come to know that. Mm-hmm. You don't know that until you move here and then you see what the dating circle's like.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, right.
Yeah.
Damn. Slim pickings.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been hearing around too that the quality of dates out here is a little bit unhinged. It's not too many quality people out here. People don't want a relationship. Do you find that to be kind of true out here?
I mean, until you get, I think there's, do you have questions before we dig into this or dive into this?
Oh yeah, we do got questions, but I want to hear your thoughts on this one real quick.
Listen, I think there are 2 ways of success for a relationship in this industry. 1, meet someone before you get successful. Pair up and then become successful together and your chances of success will be greater. And 2, is that you do become successful and you have to find someone in the same success level as you.
Ooh.
And then if you happen to like each other, just stick with it.
Yeah.
There's just like those are the other two options. It's not fun when one person's successful and one person's not in this industry. Just realistically, it's just not fun.
Right. Yeah.
So if you want it to last, you got to be either nobodies and become somebody's together, or already be somebody's.
Yeah.
And then get with a somebody.
Yeah. There you go. You heard it here first from a Hollywood celebrity. So, like,
I don't know. Like,
if dating is hard for celebrities, it's definitely hard for us smaller people. So,
actually, I think it's easier. There's no expectations. You're just like less filter.
yeah. For sure. And you know what? Also, I want to take a second to say, subscribe to the Patreon, you all. Like, go to patreon.com/Situaseans podcast. Get all the exclusive behind the scenes content. I talk about all the things that's going on in my dating life. And then, we get real personal in there. So I recommend it.
Subscribe. Do it now.
Yes.
Support this man.
Yes.
He's out here grinding hard.
Exactly.
He's sliding in DMs asking for people to come on his podcast. He needs your help, man.
Exactly. I was begging her. I was like, please come onto my podcast.
Like, God damn. Okay. If you make ET, I'll come. How hard can it be?
Right. Exactly. But so, we're definitely going to be talking about like your viral skits on YouTube, you being an influencer, all that stuff. And then also, I just want to talk about too, dating as a celebrity as well. So we're going to jump on in. So I definitely want to say, actually, is there anything else that we need to know about you besides like everything that I've already broadcasted?
Let me see. I am a twin.
Get out.
I have a fraternal twin. She's in Australia though, so not helpful here. Otherwise, I'd be forcing her to be in my skits all the time.
I was gonna say, like, have you ever use her in your skits? But that makes sense that she's in Australia.
But when I do see her, I'm like I'm always putting her in my skits. Free labor.
Yeah. Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
That's what siblings are for.
Absolutely. Bullying and free labor.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe fashion tips sometimes because she's really into fashion. I'm not as into fashion. Like, I'll wear things I think are cool, but she's like on to the trends. She's the one who tells me what's trending, which is scary. I think she has time. She's got time to look. I don't have time to figure it out.
Yeah.
She figures it out for me. Free manager. Free fashion manager. She's my free stylist.
Love that. Go all the way the fuck off.
Yeah. Thanks, Chan. Love you.
Yeah. Speaking of go all the way the fuck off, get your go all the way the fuck off t-shirts. Go to situationspodcast.com. Click on the merch tab. You'll see the little t-shirt pop up right here. Go get it. All the plugs. Plug City.
Go. Plug. I'm loving this plugging.
Yeah.
You're very good at plugging.
Thank you.
I should take a page out of your book.
Yeah.
Your plugging book.
Exactly.
Well, if we're gonna.
I'll plug you in for sure.
Oh my God, I should plug my product too.
Yeah, plug it. Go
We're
ahead.
at Plugging City right now. I'll plug my pimple patches. It's actually what I'm wearing on my face right now because I have a huge ass pimple. Yes, it has my face on it.
Love that.
Thank you.
I saw that in one of your skits or one of your reels. Yeah.
Yes.
If you all follow her on Instagram, I'm sure some of you all do. So go get that pimple. What is it called?
Go get that pimple patch.
Go get that pimple patch.
It is medicated with hydrochloride. Well, hydrochloride is the actual patch. That's not the medicated part. The medication is niacinamide, salicylic acid, and tea tree oil. Like it's pretty potent. Few days and your pimples will be gone.
All right.
Do you get pimples?
No. Well, you know what?
Well,
wait a minute.
F you.
I take that. Right?
Well,
once in a while.
Okay. Well, this is for you. A gift
Thank
from me
you.
for having me on your party, Catty.
Yes. Thank you.
Head to blemishbling.com to get yours. You know what? Just for you and your fans, I'm going to give Situations fans 20% off with the promo code Situations20.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's new year, new you.
Yes.
Get rid of those pimples.
Go all the way the fuck off.
Go all the way to blemishbling.com and use that promo code.
Yes.
Support me, support you, support him.
There you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone who identifies as whatever, because we love everybody. We fucking love you. Yes, the fuck we do. So, you're mostly based in LA these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're from Australia, born and raised in China. And okay, that's amazing. So tell us about it all. Like everywhere that you've lived and like your story.
So I was born in China during the one-child policy, and our family moved to Australia when we were 5 because my dad got a PhD in civil and environmental engineering. He got a scholarship to do his PhD, and he moved our family there, which was the best thing that ever happened because I feel like being an Asian Australian means I get the best of both worlds. I am Asian AF on the inside.
Yeah.
On the outside too. But also I have this Western demeanor and Western mindset that I definitely use to my advantage when it counts. So I think growing up Asian Australian means that it can integrate into the Western world. Like when I come to America, which is why it has been very easy to integrate into the American culture. And when I travel into Europe, anything like that, where English can be used, it's very handy. But also when I go back to China, I still feel like I get the Chinese culture, and I can talk with family members, and I can do shopping and I can go order food, and I still feel like, this is part of my culture. It's quite unique to be able to call two cultures your home or like your heritage. I don't even know if you can say that. Like, I guess heritage is where you culturally from, like, which is China, but then also I call Australia my home. So it's I think I am quite lucky to be able to call 2 places my home. Well, 3 now.
I was about to say 3, yeah.
I'm pretty integrated now. I've been here for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes use American terms now, which confuse my Australian family members. And I now get confused as to which terms are Australian and which terms are American. Like, I forget which one's which. Like, we say, wait, see, I'm already confused. In Australia, we say car park.
Car park. For like parking spot. Yeah.
But yeah. In America, you guys say parking lot or parking spot. So I use the American terms now, and when I go back home, people don't know what I'm talking about. But when I first moved here, I'd say car park, and people are like, what is that? Where are you what car park?
Taking our cars to the park? Or
yeah. It's like a park where cars go? What is that? What are you talking about, Shu? So just things like that, I realize, I'm starting to become Americanized in my terminologies.
Do you say sunnies or sunglasses?
I say sunnies, but I'm starting to say sunglasses only because saying sunnies feels weird. Yeah. It almost feels a little bogan.
Yeah.
I feel really bad saying that because I love my shortening of words that Aussies love to do. But I feel awkward saying it now.
Yeah.
Because I never hear it. It's not a term that you hear often enough for you to think that it's a normal term to use.
Absolutely.
It feels foreign to me.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm really climatizing to the American way. Oh, save me!
Exactly. Oh my goodness. And so, are there, any like funny or interesting hinge or unhinged dating stories that you can share with us?
Okay. I don't know if it's like hinged or unhinged, but like the first guy I ever dated in LA, I was seeing this one guy who I don't even remember how I met him. But he really took a liking to me, and he was very sweet. He seemed to have his shiza together, and he was really, really keen on me. He cooked me dinner at his house for our second meeting, and it was really nice. Like, he went all out, and I could tell that he was the type of guy that would take care of me because he liked me more than I liked him. Yeah. However, there was just not that physical attraction. The chemistry was not there. I wanted it to be there, but it just wasn't. I could see myself being taken care of by this guy. I could see how it would turn into a serious relationship, but I just was not feeling it. Yeah. And then there was this other guy that I was this other guy that I was seeing at the same time, and I felt more attracted to him, even though it didn't feel like he was going to be a long-term prospect because our values were very different. And I think at the time I just felt like exploring and experimenting. So I ended up choosing the guy that didn't feel like I had a future with him, but there was the chemistry there. And I was more attracted to him, so I chose him. Yeah. And so I had to tell the first guy, look, I got to stop seeing him. I'm so sorry. Like, I am seeing someone else now. Yeah. I got to stop. And he was so offended.
Oh, no.
He was like, I never want to talk to you again. I saw him at an event later because we're in the same industry, and he just fully ignored me. And it's so funny. I saw him at Thanksgiving, at like a mutual Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving that just passed.
Oh, my goodness.
And I fully ignored him. I'm like, you know what? I'm in like such a better place now because this happened 6 years ago when I first moved to LA, and I was a nobody actress. And now I'm like, got my shit together.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not even going to be nice to you. I'm not even going to like mend that bridge. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
I can see you right there, but I'm not even going to talk to you because you were a dick to me when I said, I want to just be friends. I don't want to see you because it's just not something, it's just, I'm not feeling it.
Right.
And you took offense to that. And I get that. I totally get that. Don't blame him, but cool. Like, you handled it so shitly, I'm not even going to make the first step. I know that's so, like, petty of me. Wow, I'm such a petty person.
Oh, no, it's fine. I mean,
Thank you for making me feel better, though.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I totally understand exactly where you're coming from. Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? If at the event he wanted to say hi to me and be like, hey, let's clear the air, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
So I didn't make no effort to do that.
Exactly.
Whatever,
right.
dude.
He couldn't make an effort to be cordial about the breakup and handle it like an adult. So, you know, he acted out or whatever and showed his ass. And so you showed his ass out.
Exactly. And it wasn't like a long thing. It was like maybe a month max.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's how it
Right. You don't owe him shit. Yeah.
I don't owe him shit. It's that's the game. You see people and then you decide on one person that you like more.
Exactly.
And you just don't feel the bill. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe because, you know, he's in the same industry, he probably just figured, oh, I'm used to getting what I want, or I'm used to being, you know, I don't know, just like the prize.
Right. I mean, he was not a bad catch. He was a good guy, just like didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But then it's so funny because the guy that I did end up choosing, which I thought was never going to lead to anywhere, I thought it was just going to be a fun few months, which is all I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because he told me he didn't want to get married and have kids. So I was like, well, this is not going to work for me. I'll just have fun with you for a few months and then I'll move the hell on.
Exactly.
And I'm just here, like, I'm not committing my emotions to this because I know it's not going to lead anywhere. He ended up being the most toxic person in the world. I know.
Oh, no.
I stuck it out for like 3.5 years on and off. Probably almost 4 years on and off. Like, literally, I think we broke up and got back together like 50 times as toxic relationships go.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any better because it was the first time I ever dated anyone toxic. I've never met so many toxic people in one city. Like, it just does not happen. You know, in Australia, I was a toxic person. But here, I'm the least toxic person. I mean, that's scary and that's saying something.
Yeah.
But and I didn't know what a narcissist was. Like an actual
textbook definition of a narcissist. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. Like, this person was not diagnosed, but this person was a narcissist. And he kept calling me a narcissist. And I'm like, maybe I am a narcissist. I mean, I was so gaslit. Like, I'm out of it now, but at the time, I was sucked into his vortex.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it was very scary. Probably like the biggest regret of my life was dating that guy because it wasted so much of my time.
Wow. Yeah.
So guys out there, like, if you tell a girl you don't want to get married and have kids and they want to get married and have kids, just do her a favor and fuck the fuck off.
Yeah. Stay the fuck away.
Stay the fuck away. Stop wasting your time, especially because women, we have a biological fucking clock, especially if we want to get married and have kids. So this guy was dragging me along for years, telling me, oh, I don't know how to make it work, but I really love you. I really love you. If you fucking loved me, you would have fucking got out of my way and let me find my future husband and have my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop wasting my time. Guys, don't fucking waste a woman's time.
Yeah.
Just because you love her and you don't want anyone else to have her, that's not a good enough excuse. If you love her, you will get the fuck away from her so she can get what she wants. Because we deserve to have our happiness too.
There you go. There you fucking go. Oh, I love how you put that because so many men out there need to do fucking better. Like, legit, do fucking better.
Do fucking better.
Yeah. Yeah. I really appreciate you dropping that like that insight on our listeners, especially because our listenership is like 75% women, 30% men, and so or 29% men, 1% non-binary. But
yeah, we're mathing her. Yeah, we're mathing.
Yeah, exactly. So all the women that are listening, or they definitely agree with you. I know for a fucking fact they agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holla in the comments right now.
Exactly. Like, let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments if you've ever experienced this toxicity in LA.
Yes.
Or anywhere.
Right.
Tell me.
Anywhere.
I've never lived in anywhere but LA, but so I'm just being so biased. But I feel like LA men can be very toxic. Yeah. And I get it. It's the industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of narcs because, this is film and TV. Yeah. You sort of have to be a little bit narky to even be in the industry. And you have to really have this confidence in yourself that you do have what it takes, that you're special enough to be someone in this world and to be the best person for this job and this role. You need to have that delusional self-confidence. Absolutely. And unfortunately, sometimes that lends towards narcissism.
Yeah.
So like this industry breeds narcs, and I can be a little narky sometimes, but not like diagnosed narc, not like I'm gonna fucking destroy someone's life,
right?
Narc, but I do have some delulu self-confidence sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like we all do though, in some way, shape, or form. We have to be in order to be confident in ourselves. So for sure. Absolutely. It's just like, I think, unfortunately, there's some folks out there that do it a little bit too much where they hurt other people. Yeah.
And they don't realize they're doing it. That's the problem.
That too. Yeah. But at least you're using your platform for good. And that's what I love. And just seeing your reels and everything, how relatable they are, like about dating and people and just in life in general. I'm like, why is this so fucking relatable? Why is this so real right now?
Oh, thank you. I want to keep making more.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Like, where do your ideas for your reels come from anyway? Like,
some of them are like real life. Yeah. Some of the ones that did the best have actually come from real life experiences. I'm just not naming names, but wow. Oh my God. Actually, I have more unhinged stories for you.
Yeah. Tell us all. I mean,
I'll spill the tea. I won't name names.
Spill all the tea.
So much tea to spill. Drinking, sipping tea, spilling tea.
There you go.
That's what we're doing out here. Right.
Trying to improve your skincare game? Guess what? I got a little something for you. You can improve the health of your skincare with the Vogue approved. Yes, you heard that right. Vogue as in Vogue magazines, the models. Yes, that Vogue. The Vogue approved beauty product, Herbal Face Food, the most potent anti-aging, multi-correction skincare product on the market. Yes. So hit that link in the show notes or video description and use our code SPHFF to get 20% off at checkout. Visit herbalfacefood.com to get started. That's herbalfacefood.com. All right. And use code S as in Sam, P as in pineapple, H as in Henry, F as in Frank, F as in Frank to get 20% off at checkout. That's SPHFF to get 20% off. All right. herbalfacefood.com. Okay. Y'all got the hookup. So let them know that Situaseans podcast sent you. All right.
So the content I made, there was this one series that I'm sure you've seen. It's like when I was dating an Asian guy, an American guy, Aussie guy. That started because I just ended a relationship with this dude that was just so insecure. It was annoying. And so entitled. It was like icky. Mm-hmm. Got the ick from him because he was like a good boyfriend in the way that he treated me, but he expected that treatment back. And if I didn't give that back to him, he would get upset, cry, complain. We would have discussions for hours as to why I couldn't give him the treatment he was giving me. And it's not because I didn't want to. I think deep down it's because I just didn't respect him. Because I saw the way that he was acting and treating other people, and I didn't like it. And my body just didn't want to automatically, and then my body didn't automatically think to help him.
Yeah.
Because it was getting the ick already. Like my subconscious was already like, this is gross. And I'll give you an example. So I know some guys out there, just like to preface this, I know some guys out there might think, oh, this is very normal behavior. But just coming from like the other end, like the way I was receiving it was not, I didn't think it was normal. Like I didn't appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so for example, when he looked at so he thought of me like as a business, and he was trying to help me with my social media business. So he was like reaching out to people on LinkedIn to try to get me brand deals and that kind of thing. And he did this whole business plan for me. I never asked for it, but he helped me out because he was like, I'm a good boyfriend. That's what I expect. Like, that's what I want to do for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. Thank you. And then in return, he expected me to treat him in a way that made him feel secure. For example, I was not allowed to hug my male friends front on, chest to chest.
Oh, fuck this guy. Wow. Yeah, fuck this guy.
See, I tell that. Most people would be like, yeah, fuck that guy. I told it to one other Asian friend of mine, and he was like, no, if you loved him and respected your boyfriend, you would do that. You would not hug guys front on. But I thought that was just a really abnormal request. Anyway, it's not that I didn't. I did start doing that, right? I was like, okay, if that's what you want, if front hugging is uncomfortable for you and I can only side hug, I will only side hug. That's what he said to me. I could only side hug my guy friends.
Oh my goodness.
Because he thought once you're in a relationship, you can't front hug because like that's too intimate. And you needed boundaries when you're in like a relationship. So I was like, okay, I mean, I can see that. I can see how an insecure man would need that. So I thought to appease him, I would do that because I didn't want him to be insecure. I wanted to respect like what he wanted. So I did do that, right? But one time I forgot. And I saw this friend that I hadn't seen for like yonks. And I was like so excited to see him. I front hugged him. I got the biggest like whooping afterwards. He was like, why'd you do that? We talked about this. You said you wouldn't front hug and you front hugged him in front of me. Why would you do that?
Wow.
Like it's that kind of like disciplinary action that comes afterwards that makes me feel like, dude, I didn't do it on purpose. It's like you're asking me to change something that I've been doing for a long time because of your insecurities, which I already agreed to, but I'm allowed to slip up sometimes, right?
Exactly. We're human. We make mistakes. And even then, the request that he was giving you was unreasonable. But yeah.
I agree. And I know some guys out there will think it's a reasonable request, which is fine, you know? That's okay. And in some relationships, they do act like that. They don't hug other people front on. That's fine. And it's not, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that that's wrong. Like when I'm in a relationship and I love the other person, I will naturally do things that will make him feel comfortable. I will naturally want to make him feel at ease, and I'll naturally like be more distant or hold more space between me and other guys so he doesn't feel any which sort of way. I'll naturally do that. It's just when you ask for it and then I get in trouble if I don't do it right, it's just a little bit icky. I'm like, are you my parent? That's how it felt.
Yeah.
We're not equal partners. And it's like, okay, because you do it, you expect me to do it, which is fine. But like, just give me some grace when I F up, because it's something that I'm not really used to.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you had to essentially change your personality and your habits for this guy to make him not feel insecure, which is like, it's so messed up that you have to do that because this guy was so insecure that he didn't get help, or that he didn't, we call like go to therapy to like fix his insecurities, that he just put all his baggage on you and expected you to fix it for him.
Exactly. It's that expectation.
Yeah.
And then the freaking disciplinary.
Yeah.
Disciplinary. What a messy word. Disciplinary action that comes afterwards.
Yeah.
So we used to get into fights about that. And then the most icky thing is I went back to Australia for personal reasons, and he wanted to come to Australia to take care of me. So he asked me to pay for his flight to come to Australia with me, which as a female in a new relationship, when a dude asked me to pay for something like his flight to Australia, which is over $1,000
right,
to take care of me, makes me feel icky.
Yeah.
I've just never experienced that before, because usually if a guy wants to take care of me and he has a full-time job, which this guy did, he had a job, he earned 6 figures.
Yeah.
It's not like he couldn't afford it. He asked me to pay for him to come to Australia to take care of me. I'm like, I don't need you to take care of me. I have my family there. If you want to come take care of me, spend your own effing money to come take care of me. I'm not your fucking employer.
Exactly.
It just means that you're not really wanting to come take care of me.
Right.
If I have to pay for you to come take care of me. It's like, I didn't need that. You're the one who suggested it. After that, I was just grossed out, because I was like, no guy has ever asked me to pay for anything of theirs before, let alone a flight.
Yeah.
You know?
That's wild. Like, I would never ask anybody to pay for a flight for me. And if I was in a relationship with somebody or whatever, depending on how long we've been in that relationship or whatever, I'll pay for like a flight, but don't expect me to pay for every flight we go. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would never ask somebody to pay for a flight for me. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I can pay for my own fucking flight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you can't, then don't come.
That part. Exactly.
We'd only been together for like 3 months.
Oh yeah, there's no way that anybody should be paying for somebody else's flight that early on, especially $1,000. Like, fuck that. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care like how much money you make. It's so disrespectful to just expect, oh yeah, this person's gonna pay for my flight. We've only known each other for 3 months. She'll take care of it. Like,
exactly.
Get the fuck out of here, guy.
Right. I was like immediately icked. It's different if I offer.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I want to take care of him, like, oh, can I offer to pay for your flight? It's different. Don't fucking ask. Gross. If I offer and you take me up on the offer, that's on me, because I offered.
Yeah.
But you like asking for it immediately is gross. Don't do that. Don't do that, guy.
Right.
Any guys watching this, it's like immediately the power dynamic changes, and I can no longer be in my feminine energy when you're asking me for masculine actions.
Yeah.
Because you asking me to pay for you, it's very like me paying for you is masculine. It's a masculine trait. And that's a reality of the situation. I'm a feminist, but some things are just not equal. Like, men cannot have children. So therefore they can't be like biologically women bear children. So we're equal. We're not equal.
Right. Yeah.
Naturally, biologically, we're just not equal. And some things, like, I'm all about, like, women can pay for themselves, great. But just because we can pay for ourselves doesn't mean we should pay for ourselves. And like, yes, we can pay for the man. Some women out there be boss bitches, and good for you guys going to pay for your man. But I ain't about to do that, because I want to be in my fucking feminine energy. If I want the passion to be real between me and my man, if I want to feel attracted to him, if I want to be able to like give him like all my sexual energy and all that chemistry that is required for two people to be like sexually attracted to each other, I have to be in my feminine energy. And in order to do that, I need to feel like my man's got me.
Exactly.
And not asking me to pay for things, because immediately that shifts me into my masculine energy. If I have to be planning everything, if I have to be paying for your shit, if I have to be like doing all these things that are like, quote unquote male things, taking out the garbage or whatever to make me feel like the feminine person, if I'm doing all the masculine jobs, I can't be feminine. And then don't expect me to then be attracted to you.
Yeah.
And that's how you get the ick.
Yeah. There you go.
I just realize it is like, I'm sorry to call out all of this, whatever.
No, I love it. This is good content. And this is like good, like, this is like the truth that a lot of women, that like would agree that, like men should be able to like pay for themselves, like I love like the feminine energy. Women fucking run the world, by the way. But yeah, women
do be running the world.
Exactly. Keep doing that, please.
Thank you. But just because we can, like, girls, like women, everyone's different, obviously. I'm just speaking for myself. Like, for me to be in my feminine energy, that's me. And y'all can judge me all you want, but I think there are certain things the guys need to do to put women in their feminine energy. And there are things that women need to do to make our guys in their masculine energy. We need to need them. We need to rely on them. Guys need to feel useful. So if it is paying for something, that is useful. If it's taking out the garbage, that's useful. Men need to feel relied upon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then when we honor them and when we shower them with affirmations and when we really look up to them and admire them, guys will be in their masculine energy and they'll want to do things for their women and they'll want to take care of us. And then that's when the dynamic is great. And then that's when you have chemistry. So women, we have a role too. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We can't, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be dishing the shit. I'm guys got to be like this, but I'm also a certain way. You know, I freaking cook for I know we didn't say relationship statuses, but in a relationship, I'd be cooking dinner for my man every night. I want to make him feel like there's a home to come home to. Yeah. And I'd be doing my duties as a female. Don't you worry. I'd be doing what I need to do to make I'd be doing what I need to do to make my man feel like a man.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Goes both ways.
Absolutely. There's so many different relationship dynamics and it's all about communication. If you want it a certain way, yeah, communicate that. And and if it's for that other person, cool. If they don't like it, they can, get out,
Totally. Everyone's different. Some couples want to be independent, do everything themselves, and they don't need to rely on each other. That's totally cool too. I think you're right. Communication and compatibility is key. As long as you're at the beginning, you just set the record straight. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I can give. Are you the same? And if you are, you keep going. If not, you break up amicably. And I think this is going back to that ex I was talking about, the very insecure one.
Yeah. We
broke up very quickly because he realized I couldn't give him what he wanted and I was getting the ick from what he wanted from me. And we ended it. And you know what? I think if there was another guy that was not so insecure and wasn't constantly asking for these things, but I really liked him, I would have naturally done these things for him. And I think that's I think that is a reality of the situation too, how much you like the person. If you like the person a lot, you will jump through hoops to impress that person and to make them feel special. And if you don't, you just naturally won't do things for them that they want.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Awkward.
Exactly.
Awkward.
Facts. Facts.
Sorry about it.
No, right? If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, can you do me a really quick favor? Can you please rate and review this podcast? Hit that 5-star review and I do read all the reviews because this helps me know how this podcast is helping others and how this podcast is serving you, because my job as a host is to serve you this podcast the way that you would prefer it to be. Also, your thoughts. I want to know some of your thoughts about the dating scene in LA, just in general. It's pretty unhinged, then, right? Just general.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've heard some horror stories from my friends.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, the thing about LA is that there's a lot of people here that are here to chase their dreams.
Yeah.
It's a very transactional city. It's a transitional city. People come to work hard, to grind. And so their priorities are different. I think, and I felt that. When I first came, I was here to grind it out. I was like, who is going to get me to where I need to go? Because we don't have a lot of time. We need to get to the top.
Yeah.
So a lot of my relationships and a lot of my connections and friendships were very strategic. And I think that's, if you're wise in the city, that's the way it's got to be.
Right.
It's the reality of the situation. You can't be all nice, because I tried that. A whole year I was like, you know what, I don't care about networking relationships. I just want to get with the good, be with the good people. And that got me nowhere.
Right. Yeah.
I'm back to my grind now.
Yeah.
I got no time to waste. So when you have people who think like me in this city, and that's all we're trying to do, then unfortunately we don't have a lot of space for a relationship that's like meaningful. And I think it didn't, for me, I wasn't in a place where I could be a very committed girlfriend and like the type of girlfriend that could prioritize a man. I couldn't do that until I got the movie, because I think that was a peak for me in my career, and that's where I wanted to go. That's why I came to LA for, to make a movie. And I think when I reached that, I thought, okay, I can take a step back. I can take the foot off the gas a little to prioritize my relationships. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to spend more time on, I guess, or like I'm trying to spend more effort on making leaps and bounds in my personal life, such that I can, you know, then once I achieve that, and then I think I can spend more time on my career.
Absolutely.
Baby steps.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, you're doing you, and I love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Thank you. But there's but that's why I think dating is so chaotic in LA.
Yeah.
Because if you're in the circle of people who are still trying to get to where they're going, they don't know who they are yet. Yeah. This city can make you very lost. It can make you very confused, and it can pull you in a million directions. And I think until you know who you are and you have found yourself in the city, you're not going to be ready for a fulfilling relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why dating is tough in the city.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You know, and speaking of your movie, let's definitely, talk about that, because I loved your movie, 5 Blind Dates. Loved it.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me.
Like it was really so good, and so your movie's on Amazon Prime Video. Go ahead and stream it. The link will be in the show notes and in the description, so go ahead and check it out. So you co-wrote and produced this, and your character Leah. I just want to know, how did the movie script and the idea about this, about the movie come about? Was it based off your real life? Tell us all about it.
I can't take all the credit. My co-writer Nathan Ramos Park did a great job brainstorming with me. We came up with the idea together, loosely based on my life. He was like, tell me about you. Maybe we can make a story around it. And I told him how I moved to LA. I gave myself 2 years to make a career. I used to have a little tea shop in Australia, and I loved it, and I love tea. And he was like, wow, okay.
Wait, so the tea shop was real?
Well, I didn't have a physical. I had an online tea store, and I did markets.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's how the tea element came into play, because I actually do love tea. Yeah. We're drinking tea right now.
Hopefully my chamomile tea was, there's nothing compared to the real authentic tea, but it'll do.
It'll do. Come on, as long as it's tea, I'm happy. And so we were just I was telling him about how my parents are trying to get me to settle down and try to find a husband. And it's not that I'm not trying. It's just,
she's busy making her millions, y'all.
I'm doing my best. And I think I really did give myself 2 years, and that was kind of the impetus for the film. We're like, okay, what if a character is told by a fortune teller that she is going to marry one of the next 5 dates she goes on, and her parents don't trust her to find these dates, so they set her up on 5 blind dates.
Yeah.
And that was basically it. We thought it was a great idea. And luckily Amazon did too. We pitched it to them and they loved it. So they developed the movie with us. We were very, very, very lucky, very grateful that they believed in us.
Wow. Yeah. Cause the movie was just a phenomenal, the person, who was it that played your best friend with the dyed hair?
Eli.
Oh goodness. He is such a heartthrob. We love him.
He did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone that was just involved in that cast, you could just see the chemistry on and off, on screen. I can only imagine the chemistry was just as great off screen, probably, right?
Yeah. There was such a good group of guys, all of them. We were mostly busy. I was busy working, but there was one weekend where we had free on the last week where everyone was together and we played games together. We went and hung out in each other's rooms and we rehearsed on weekends together. It was really good. It was a really good group of guys. I'm so glad that they were the ones that we ended up casting.
Wow, amazing. And so how long did it take to film everything?
In total, it was about 6 weeks.
All
so
right.
pretty quick. Rom-coms go by pretty quickly because there's no VFX or anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Love it, love it, love it. And so, I want to know, like, have you ever been set up on like a blind date by anybody? Because just like based off like the movie of like the main character, your character being set up on blind dates, I'm just like wondering, like, has it ever happened to you in real life?
You know what? It hasn't. It hasn't. That's the only part of the movie that is not real. Like every other character is real. Like my parents, I kind of named them after them. My sister as well.
Oh.
Yeah, they're actually like every character is kind of based on someone in my life. Even the name of the guy who I ended up going with, like he's someone. The name is based on a guy that I met in my youth who I was like head over heels smitten with. Yeah, a lot of realities in that movie. But yeah, I've never been set up on a blind date. That's crazy. Why not? Why not?
Maybe it's a good thing. Like who knows? Because I guess whenever people pick out blind dates for other people, they're going based off their own taste. They may not necessarily know the taste of the other person that they're going to be setting them up with. So maybe it's a good thing. Because your taste could be different from your friends. Like let's say one of your best friends sets you up with somebody or whatever, and they're not really sure.
Yeah.
Will this vibe?
I would only let someone who really knew me well enough to set me up on a blind date.
Yeah.
I mean, Meghan and Prince Harry was set up on a blind date, and look how well that turned out.
Absolutely. So maybe that's the route to go.
Maybe that is blind dates, guys. Help a friend out.
There should be like a dating app, like that you set, setting up a blind date for your friends.
Oh my God, yes. Somebody make that app.
Right?
I wonder how that would work.
Yeah.
You would like go through your contacts.
It's like you'd have to like go through your contacts, and like on the app, you have to maybe set up the profile for the friend that you want to set up. And then, they show all the different, matches or whatever, people on the dating app. And I guess you just swipe for your friend.
But it has to be people you know. It has to be people you know. Like it has to be your friend.
Exactly.
And like your girlfriend and your guy friend. You know them both and you set them up on this dating app.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would have to be linked to people that are on either your social media or on your phone. But maybe your phone, because that's a true friend. Like my real friends have my phone number, vice versa. So that would, I think phone would work best.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? We're going to copyright that idea so that, just in case.
That's right. No one try to steal it. Coming to you in 2035 when we have time to make it.
Exactly.
We're too busy right now making podcasts.
Exactly.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was going to ask about, dating, like, have you ever like dated like another actor or entertainer in the entertainment industry, but you kind of already alluded to that. But of course, not naming names, but would you recommend dating in the industry, or is it kind of just like date people that aren't in the same industry as you?
Yeah, no. Definitely do not date people in the same industry as you. I had a rule that I would never date an actor. And I stuck to that rule, and I'm glad I committed to that rule, because two chaotic people, like, two wrongs do not make a right. And two chaotic people do not make stability.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be one stable person in the relationship. That's just me. But I have seen actors out there who make it work. But I think they both have to be successful.
Yeah.
Because this is a very cutthroat industry. And, when one partner is really thriving and if the other partner is failing, like there could be jealousy. That's just a human emotion and it's uncontrollable. But I think it works when either two people are very successful or one person just really doesn't care and is happy to prop up the other person. Like you need two very secure people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like two secure actors to make it work, I think. I mean, I could be wrong. Give me examples where it does work.
Right. Yeah. Because it's so few.
I think so. So I think it works best when there's someone that's in the industry, like an actor or someone like that's kind of not in a stable job, and then someone that's in a stable job, a business person or someone just stable that can like hold the group together, because this industry is very fickle. I mean, great if you are thriving, but it's fucking tough when you're not. And when you are like struggling, when you're a struggling actor, which many of us are, it's very stressful to be trying to hold a relationship together and trying to work on your career. It's really hard to not get your emotions. Well, it's really hard for your emotions not to get in the way, and that can affect the relationship. It can be really stressful. And that's just reality. I just think that's the reality of the situation. So that's why I think it works the best when there's one stable and one unstable person.
Yeah. Fair. No, I appreciate that.
What's it called when someone's giving their like unsolicited advice?
It's pretty much
my take, my hot take. That's my hot take.
Hot take, yes. Hot take or like the hard truth. Yeah.
Mommy shoes, speaking the truth out there for our youngsters.
Exactly. Let them know. You know, and even just like your character in your movie, like how she's just very independent, she knows what she wants in a person. And like, I even get that vibe from you. You know what the fuck you want. And like, you have a good bullshit meter. You can tell someone's bullshit from a mile away. And I fucking love that about you. So,
thank you.
Go all the way to fuck off. But I love that.
I will.
No, we love it. Go all the way. But so I just want to know, like, so would you say that there are kind of similarities between like your actual, like, you know, person being in real life versus Leah in the film is kind of like the same? Is it like very similar characteristics, would you say, between you and your character?
I think so. I mean, they say write what you know, and I definitely know Leah. Mm-hmm. I know the struggle. I mean, I think in real life I'm a little bit more unhinged. I think in real life I'm a little bit more unhinged and a little bit funnier and a little bit crazier than Leah. She's a little bit more put together than me in real life. But that was the director. I tried to be a little crazy and he's like, no, tone it back. That's why I feel like I'm so bland in the movie. I'm just like very mono.
No, you are far from bland in that movie. No. You had so much range. Like, it was really good to see that. So like,
thank you.
And even just representation too, like just Asian culture and just like having Asians like lead the story. Mm-hmm. That was fucking powerful.
Thank you.
And we need more representation like that. I'm like, I can only imagine like the great responses that you got from your fans, you know, the little girls that look up to you, like,
yeah, it was overwhelming. I didn't expect that, but I think when we are in a position to tell these stories, we should. And that was a big goal of mine, to make this 95% Asian-led cast and to tell an Asian Australian rom-com and put characters that are not normally seen on screen in Australia on screen. And Absolutely. Have them be seen and have them be multifaceted, have them be funny, have them be cute, have them be nasty, all of that.
Absolutely, yeah. Because it's just so important to see those different emotions and stories from like Asian culture, like modern Asian culture, be represented. Because so many times we see like in Hollywood or just film in general, it's like, oh, the Asian sidekick or like the Asian like person that's just like quiet and just like docile. It's like, no, we want to see no, Asians aren't just docile, human beings. Like, they have emotions, they have range, they have talent, they have skills, like, just like everybody fucking else.
Yeah, they swear sometimes too.
Right, exactly.
We are not, I'm definitely not a model minority, for sure. I think my mom wishes I was, but she didn't get to choose.
You're being your most authentic self, and that's what matters most.
Oh, thanks, dude.
For sure, Z's.
Situaseans podcast is an open platform covering dating, relationships, mental and emotional life experiences. If you are looking to advertise your brand or product, or would like to sponsor the show, send an email to situaseanspod@gmail.com. That's situaseanspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, so in addition to being a Hollywood actress, a Hollywood celebrity, just all over the place, taking on gigs, movies, TV shows, all of it, you are also a social media personality, an influencer, and you make, hilarious viral reels on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I want to know, what is it like being a viral social media content creator?
It's really no different. Pretty normal person, honestly. I don't think I think if I was like 17, I would definitely let it get to my head. But I'm a mature person now. I've like gone through the struggles. I've lived a full life. I've had ups and downs, and I just don't think I let it get to me. Like, it's weird to think that I have that many followers, but they're just, not that they're just a number to me. When I see them in real life, I'm like, oh wow, I have fans. Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not used to it.
And you have a new fan too, Harley the
gosh.
Husky.
Hey, finally you come to me. This guy was so scared of me when I first entered the house. I think because I smell like cat. But he was like, I don't want a piece of you. Get away from me.
Right. If you all are listening to the audio version only, like Harley just walked on set. If you're watching the video version, you just saw Harley. But yeah, Harley the Husky.
Harley the Husky. The cutest little husky. Oh, I just want to eat it.
Oh, so I want to know, are there any upcoming productions that you can talk about that we should be expecting?
Okay, well, I did do like 3 independent films in the last few years that should be coming out. One is called Future Date. It did the film festival circuit, and I think it will be coming to a streaming platform near you soon. There's 2 more. There's 2 more Australian productions that haven't been quite finished yet, so I don't know when they'll come out. One is called Dusk and one is called Dunny Derby. One's a horror, one's a comedy. Ooh. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I'm sure I'll post it all over my socials when it does. And then I'm currently in development for a vertical series, which is very exciting. Ooh. Yeah. I just sold a vertical series idea to one of the platforms, and we're currently writing. Well, it's like in the early stages, so that'll be exciting. That's like one thing that I'm getting my teeth into. And then what else? Oh, I've got a couple of movies next year, and you know what? There is one film that we're trying to get financed. It's a $5 million budget. It's a $5 million budget, and we are just missing the last 500,000. So if there's any listeners out there who have some money, who want to invest in a really great story and a really great film, come my way, because we are looking for investors right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to be staying tuned and following all the updates that you got going on.
Thank you.
All right, so we got a great little game of Hinge or Unhinge, and I'm so excited to be playing this with an actual celebrity. Because we want to know how celebrities think about us normies on the dating apps. All right, so we got a really good one here. So this first one here, so we're gonna like go through it real quick, and it's like basically Hinge or Unhinge. Hinge as in green flag, beige flag. Unhinged is like red flag, like deal breaker, like absolutely not. All right. So this first one says, biggest risk I've taken, becoming a woman who chooses her own path over becoming the woman who does what is expected of her. Is this Hinge or Unhinged? This is a really good one because I was like, damn, this one kind of relates to your character in that movie. Yeah, a woman who chooses her own path instead of becoming a woman who does what's expected of her. Is this hinged or unhinged?
I think it's pretty hinged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty respectable.
Exactly. I like this one. I was like, because when I saw this and when they submitted, I was like, this is abso-fucking-lutely. Go all the way the fuck off.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
Like we love independent women, strong women that want to, take control of their own lives and not have to answer to any fucking body.
That's true if that's what you want. Yeah. But having said that, if you do want to conform to the norm or what is expected of you, quote unquote, expected of you, you can also do that.
Absolutely.
We can also live the Disney princess life if we want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all about communicating. If that's what you and your partner want, talk about it.
Yeah, and it's okay. And you know what? That's, I think, what society has kind of gone too far from. They shame women who don't want to chase a career and want to stay at home and be a housewife. That's okay, because I actually want that for myself.
Yeah.
For like at least 2 years of my life when my kid's growing up. Yeah. I don't want to work because I want to take care of my kids. And I want to take care of the family. But I probably will go back to work eventually. But like we should have the choice. And we should not be shamed for it either way. Yeah. Like it should be okay to be a boss bitch, be chasing that bag, and to be getting yours. That's totally okay. Go off, queen. But it's also okay to stay at home, because being a stay-at-home wifey is hard. It's hard work. Like that's a double full-time job, because you never leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're always on. You can't, unlike a job, you can clock out at the end of the day. As a parent, you can never clock out.
Right. That's almost even harder to be able to escape and to go to a job. That's easier than staying at home 24/7, never getting a break. So I'm just saying, like, having said that, you can choose whatever you want to do. If you want to choose to conform to the norm, that is totally chill with me.
Yeah, I love that.
Be confident in that decision, whatever it is you want to do.
Yes.
Oh.
Love it. All right, this next one says, my most irrational fear, men who unmatch when you take too long to respond. So I guess this person must have gotten unmatched on Hinge, because these prompts are coming from that dating app Hinge. So I guess like a guy must have unmatched with her because she took too long to respond to, I guess, one of his messages.
I think that's unhinged.
Same.
Okay, like that action, that happening, that circumstance is unhinged, right?
It is. It's very unhinged.
I was like, we're busy, bitch.
Right.
If it takes, like, you're not a priority yet. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just one of many fish in the sea. Okay? Don't expect anything from us.
Exactly.
We're busy.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're going to respond, great. But like, look, if you're just crazy and you have nothing better to do, clearly that man has nothing better to do than wait for a response on Hinge. And if, 2 hours is too long and you can't wait because you're fucking impatient, then fine. Be gone. Good riddance.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
She, like the woman that submitted this, like she dodged a bullet because that guy sounds toxic.
Yeah, that guy sounds like he does not have a grasp on reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when you become a priority, then you can have quick responses. But until then, you can F off.
Exactly. Unhinged.
On the freak hinged.
Yes, on the fuck hinged.
I've never sworn so much. I feel naughty.
We on Situaseans podcast, we swear 24/7. It's encouraged.
Oh, good to know.
All right, this last one says, worst idea I've ever had. First date with a guy, and a woman showed up out of nowhere to tell me in front of him that she's been with him for 3 years and she's pregnant. So the context of this, another anonymous woman submitted this, but it sounds like she was on a date with a guy. Another woman comes into the restaurant to tell her that the guy that this woman's on a date with is actually having a baby with the woman that just stormed in to give her the news. Is this hinged or unhinged?
That's awkward. Reminds me of a situation I've been in. But, oh God, I want to say that that's pretty unhinged.
Yeah, exactly. It's unhinged. It's unhinged of the guy to have a pregnant girlfriend or wife or whoever this person is,
and
be on a date.
Going on dates. Yeah, like I would say thank you to the woman who stormed in, because she just helped this other girl dodge a bullet. Yeah. And that guy seriously needs to just get his head on straight.
Yeah.
He was probably trying to avoid the situation. He probably didn't want to be pregnant with that girl. Maybe that girl's like low-key toxic too.
Yeah.
Maybe she could have been lying. But either way, then she dodged a bullet.
She did. Also, I want to know what happened. You said you had a similar situation.
Oh my God. Remember that toxic ex that I told you about for like 3-4 years? So I was like seeing another guy after we broke up. And then this new guy wouldn't commit to me, but I really, really liked him. And then my ex came back into my life because I was like giving stuff back to him. I was like doing him a favor, and then he just like wooed me back, and he was like, oh, remember how I didn't want to get married and have kids? Well, I want to get married and have kids now. Oh, that's convenient.
Well,
when I
right.
start seeing someone else. Good for you, buddy. Anyway, I was kind of like still in his trance because I don't know if anyone has ever been, I don't know if any of your listeners have been in toxic relationships before, especially for that long, but it can actually fuck with your mind.
Yeah.
Because there's a thing called trauma bond, and I was trauma bonded to him because he had traumatized me for years, gaslit me and emotionally abused me for years that I just believed everything he said.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And for a strong person like myself, it took him years to do that to me, but it got there. I got there. You know, I got gaslit, traumatized. I got beat to a pulp emotionally after 3 years. Like in the first 2 years, I was like, fuck off. Every time he tried to break up with me, I'm like, great. Get the fuck away from me, you psycho. And then he was the one who'd come crawling back to me. So anyways, he came back and he was like, oh, I want to be with you. And then I got confused because I was like, oh, this real guy that I've been with for 3 years has finally changed and become the man I wanted. And I can maybe like finally, you know, have like a stable life with him, have the family and kids and the forever person that I've always wanted. But then this new guy who I was dating, and I actually really liked him. We got along better actually. We were a lot more compatible. But I think he was like going through this hoe phase or something, but he was not ready to commit to me. He kept breaking up with me and saying, no, I'm not feeling it. But then next minute he'd be like, want to get back together with me. So actually he's probably like low-key toxic. I probably dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I think about it. But I was like really into him, and I think he was like really into me, but I think he wasn't sure yet because maybe he had just found fame on social media. He like probably was getting a lot of attention from other girls. So he wasn't sure that he wanted to be taken off the market. I get it, right? But because he wasn't committed to me, I was like, oh, okay, maybe like that's not going to work out. So maybe I should stay with my ex. So I did end up seeing them both at the same time, and I probably should have told him, but you know, stupid me, I didn't. And then eventually I got to the point where I'm like, okay, got to make a choice. This is getting out of control. So I ended it with the new guy. I was like, well, clearly you're not committing to me. Like it's been months. You're not committing to me. Let's just be friends before it goes too far and we can't go back to being friends. So I ended with him and I was like, okay, maybe I'll try with like my ex. After 3 days, he was back to gaslighting me, back to traumatizing me, back to verbally abusing me, back to emotionally abusing me, back to the bullshit. And I was like, okay, well, I tried. You know, I tried. This ain't going to happen. This is not it. I'm out of here. So we ended it. I ended it with him. But he kept saying things like, you're never going to find another guy as good as me. You're never going to find someone who loves me as much as I love you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, maybe no. I'm not sure. But all I knew is I needed to get him out of my house. Because if I got him out of my house, I could end it. Like he could not come after me.
Right.
So I was like, please leave. I have something to do. I have to go film. Bye-bye. So he left and I was like, okay, great. I can finally get him out of my life. And I was like, that's it. We're done. And he kept calling me like a million times. So I was busy. I was on set. I couldn't like pick up. Meanwhile, the other guy who I had ended things with changed his tune. All of a sudden, he was obsessed with me. He wanted to be in a committed relationship with me. He wanted to put me on his live and like announce me to the world. And I was like, what? A week ago, you had not decided on me. Anyway, so I
right now he wants a hard launch. Yeah, hard launch on live.
And you know what? I wish I was strong enough at the time to really get rid of my ex because I think things could have been nice with the other guy. Like we were actually really compatible and we had the same friendship group and I could see how I could be happy in that relationship. But that kind of all got fucked up. He dropped me off that night and my ex came out of my garage and bombarded us because he was saying bye to me. He was dropping me off and we were standing there for like a minute. He comes out and he's like, dude, I've been seeing her at the same time. I've got receipts.
Wow.
And just like totally threw me under the bus such that he would never speak to me again. And he hasn't spoken to me since. He was so pissed off.
Damn.
This new guy, yeah, he like completely destroyed all chances of me being with this guy. He just came out and he was just like going at it.
Damn.
And just like really, yeah, he was like saying the most awful things, and saying that I was seeing him from the start when I started seeing this other guy, which is not true at all. But he was like making pretty bad, and then the guy's like, "Yeah, is this happening?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, "I'm sorry that it had, yeah." And I never got to explain it to him. That's not how I wanted to go down. Obviously, I think I was just really confused at the time, and I was still like in my ex's like trance, and I was still really, I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking the way I was thinking. Like I think I was still really like traumatized from him. I was like still trauma bonded, and I hadn't gotten out of his aura yet. And so I think I fucked up in that situation for sure. And I ruined something potentially that could have been great. But my ex also was fucking psychotic, coming out of nowhere and just completely destroying my chances of happiness, and then blaming me afterwards and saying, it's your fault. You should have told him, because if you told him, I wouldn't have had to tell him. It would have been fine. But you didn't want to tell him, so I had to go and tell him.
Wow. Yeah. Like that guy was really set on like ruining your life. I'm so sorry.
And it didn't just ruin that relationship. It destroyed a lot of relationships in our mutual friendship group, because then this guy was really upset that I hurt him and that I had lied to him. So he went and told everyone in the group that I was like lying to him the whole time, even though we weren't even in a relationship, because he didn't want to be in a relationship with me. But I hurt his feelings. And so he went on a rampage, completely like threw me on the bus and like was shit talking me to everyone. So it was very awkward for me for a long time. And I told this to like my ex, and he was like, well, that's your fault. You did this to yourself. You could have just broken up with him. And I'm like, that's the thing. I didn't want to break up with him. I wanted to be with him. And I told you that many times. Why didn't you just let me go and be with a guy that made me happy?
Right.
Because you're a narcissist and you don't want to have me, but you don't want anyone else to have me.
Exactly. He'll say enough to keep you around, or say the right things to keep you around in order to like keep you in that space and kind of keep you down.
He didn't love me. He thinks he loved me. He didn't love me.
He liked the idea of you. That's what it was.
Yeah. So that was a very traumatic night. I don't know if I've ever recovered from it, actually, because nothing like that has ever happened to me before.
Yeah, I'm so
scary.
sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Like I went through a toxic relationship actually, like a couple years ago, and we dated for like a year and a half, and somewhat kind of trauma bonded because we both came from abusive households. So like her father was abusive towards her and her siblings and her mom, and my stepdad was abusive towards me and my siblings. To make a very long story short, I had music, I had musical theater, like I had all these other outlets to process my trauma and get past that. But she didn't. And so she kind of just recycled and kind of just carried all that baggage and projected it onto other people. When we had got together, it just like, I don't know, snowballed, because she would say things to invalidate me or kind of just, make me feel like I don't know, just crazy. Because she would say, I don't feel this way, and neither should you. Well, Sean, your feelings don't fucking matter because I'm mad right now. It's about me. It's like, wait, what? Like, I've never been told that before I'm like, what the fuck?
Are they even listening to themselves? Like, that's by toxicity 101.
Exactly.
Your feelings are also valid. You can feel a certain way, they can feel a certain way. You don't have to agree.
Right.
But you don't have to feel the same way that she feels.
Exactly. So I had to like leave that relationship after like a year. And then a month later, like a month after the breakup, she had reached out and was like, just send like this long text or whatever, pretty much reeling me back in, saying, I'm so sorry, Sean, about how I, treated you. Like, I need to learn from my mistakes. I've healed. I've, done the work. And I'm like, nobody changes in a matter of a month.
No. Oh my God, no. That's
but
wishful
stupid
thinking.
me.
No, we're not stupid. We're positive and we're optimistic. Mm-hmm. And also we're not fucking traumatized. Right. We're not toxic. We're not narcissists. So of course we think the best in people.
Right.
We think that is possible because we're not
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So silly me went back in, and then I told her, I got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I don't really necessarily trust that you've fully healed and that you've fully, done the work and stuff, because nobody changes. And literally we went right back to arguing, because that was another thing about the relationship as a whole. We would argue literally every single day, like not even exaggerating. Every day was an argument. So the second time around, we was only arguing maybe once every other day or every other 2 days, but it was still way too much. I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I loved her so fucking much, but it hurt because I was just like, I just can't do this anymore, because I'm losing the person that I am and all the hard work that I put in on myself, so yeah, I had to leave, and I'm glad that I left that relationship, because it was from 2020 to 2022. That was like one of the most like toxic relationships I've ever been in.
During the pandemic too. That's rough.
Yeah. And that's why it kind of sped up, because of like the pandemic as well, because nothing was open. So, we met literally during the pandemic and was kind of just stuck together for somewhat. And it just made things move faster than what I wanted to. Yeah, because she wanted me to move in with her like literally like a few months after dating. I'm like, I don't know you like that. And we argue too much. Like,
oh my God, yeah. Oh.
But after a year of dating, I moved in with her, and literally within those 3 months, I moved out because like we were arguing way too much, and I just could not handle it.
No one has the time to be arguing.
Exactly.
I think that's a clear-cut sign. If you guys are arguing more than once a week,
yeah,
once a week,
exactly.
let alone 3 to 4 times a week. But if you're arguing more than once a week, you really need to reconsider. And not to say you don't love them, they don't love you. You're incompatible.
Exactly, right.
You want different things.
Exactly.
That's why you're arguing.
Right, because just because we're not compatible with each other doesn't mean that doesn't mean like we're loveless and like we don't deserve love. Like, yeah, somebody else might love those qualities about her, which is absolutely fine. And someone's gonna love the qualities that I have. It's just that we weren't each other's person.
Yeah, that is the hard truth.
Yeah. So to those of you out there in toxic relationships, if you can get out, definitely do it. I know it's hard if you got kids and stuff, but hopefully that at some point there's like a plan or some way to get out of it, because you deserve love, and you matter. You fucking matter at the end of the day.
You do, and you deserve better. And there will be someone out there who loves you the way you deserve to be loved.
Absolutely. All right, Shuang, thank you so much for coming on to the show. I really appreciate you being here and doing everything and like helping us solve dating. Appreciate it, all of it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
For all of our listeners, let us know, like, can you share like your social media handles, where to find you, where they can find all your great content and insightful stuff? Let us know.
Oh, me, I'm the one shoe on all platforms.
All right. Love that. And you'll see all of her socials pop up right here on the screen. And go and stream 5 Blind Dates now on Prime Video. All right.
Thank you, Sean.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shuang. And don't forget, you all subscribe to the YouTube, Patreon, all that stuff. And I will see you all back here for the next episode in a couple of weeks. Woo!
Oh, great timing. Wow.